Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at both Psywave as well as a Metal Claw. A lot of people want to see an analysis towards those moves because we don't know the exact stats for them yet. Niantic only really releases basically the stats for the damage calculation, but never for the energy. And those two moves are definitely those where it could be either very overpowered or very bad. And with the new season being kinda a risky one from Niantic, I could see both of them getting the better treatment, especially one of them, which we're gonna talk about here anyway today, by getting +2 energy instead of +1 energy. And so we're gonna take a look at, for both of them, +2 energy compared to what we had previously and see how the meta would shift with that. So if you enjoy this type of videos, feel free to leave a like. Those always take a lot of time to prepare and do some coding and stuff like this. So yeah, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's move on to the first one. We're gonna take a look here at the Great League and how it would change. PvPoke actually posted some pictures towards like what could look like a few days ago actually on Twitter. So here we would see what they calculated as their rankings for the Open Great League. And yes, we're going to have the same for the Ultra League as well as Master League coming up as well. You're going to see here some Pokemon like Empoleon, like Ferrothorn, like also lower down the Stunfisk, as well as for the Psywave, the Malamar being in the top 26 there. So we're going to take a look at those Pokemon now. First one, we're going to have Empoleon. Empoleon going to have, of course, access to Metal Claw already, and actually they changed as well recently that Metal Claw is preferred over Steel Wing already at this point of time with just a 1 energy buff. And now we're gonna take a look at how it's going to be with a 2 energy buff. As we're gonna see, it's gonna go up to rank 1 in the Great League, which is kinda interesting. And so yeah, this Pokemon is going to be definitely a little bit overpowered with it as well. I was actually able to also now calculate it against the same meta that we have in the current standard PvPoke version, which was kinda a little bit of a hassle for me as well to figure that one out. But yeah, we're going to have here the same kind of meta where it's calculated against, and Empoleon gets up to 610 average rating, which maybe is a bit too strong. It could be the case, I don't know, but it definitely would be the best Pokemon for the Open Great League. And yeah, that's also definitely for Metal Claw something that could be a little bit risky, but yeah, this is going to be one of the Pokemon that could Metal Claw. Another one is going to be Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn having access to Bullet Seed currently, Power Whip Thunder. Great moveset, but with Metal Claw, yeah, this Pokemon is going to be quite a bit stronger with that. Going up to 550 average rating is actually, compared to like other Pokemon in the top meta, quite normal, quite okay. Don't think it's overpowered at all. But being rank 8 in the meta is going to be quite ridiculous. By the way, the stats you see on like calculation on the right side, I just basically copied what people calculated in the picture that you saw previously. So like, it's not me trying to like do something for a thumbnail or whatever to kind of guess where they're gonna land. Like the rank 8, for example, on the right side, or what you saw with the rank 1 for Empoleon was what people calculated themselves before and posted on Twitter. So that's basically where this is from. So just that you know, from transparency reasoning here as well. But this Pokemon definitely would be way stronger with a Metal Claw getting buffed. Another one, a Pokemon that definitely got hurt quite a lot recently, is the Galarian Stunfisk, with all 3 moves getting nerfed recently. Earthquake got a nerf, a little bit, I think, -10 damage or something. Now we have the Mud Shot nerf as well as the Rock Slide nerf, and that is going to be quite awkward one for this Pokemon. But with Metal Claw getting buffed, this Pokemon would actually benefit quite a bit from it, going back up to rank 26, not being overpowered, but definitely being one of the strongest one. Metal Claw, by the way, with this kind of energy and damage output, which you saw as well on the side for the Great League, would not even be like one of the strongest moves in the game. I think it would be the same as kind of Powder Snow would be. So like, it's not definitely overpowered by any means. It's definitely just kind of solid. And also, Steel typing itself is not really great as an offensive type in Pokemon Go or generally in Pokemon. So I would think it actually itself would be very, very balanced, but I'm not too sure if Empoleon would be too balanced. Now we're gonna take a look at Malamar. Malamar being currently the only good Psywave user. There's Lunatone and there's Solrock, which are the second best ones that currently have this move. The issue with those is that Rock Slide got nerfed recently as well, so like their main charge move got quite a big nerf. So it will not really make them too good. I think it's because PvPoke actually just recently changed the preview for the next meta to include Psywave as a +2 energy change instead of a +1 energy change, because it's very likely that this is going to happen, especially as Niantic was showcasing already in, I think, what's called the recent tournament there, the World Championship tournament, that Malamar is going to be one of the biggest updates for the new season. Would be very weird if that would be just a +1 energy update, because then Malamar would have no play at all with a new fast move, and so it's very likely going to be +2. And so Malamar here going to be at rank 12 for the Open Great League, and this is going to be quite decent for it. The rank 12 here, by the way, is I think the current rank 12 for what is currently on PvPoke, but this is not including the change to the a fast move of Metal Claw. So like it could be even a little bit lower, which I think it is in the Great League slide that you saw already in the beginning. I think it was a little bit lower there because yeah, Metal Claw users were kind of decent against it, but so Malamar with Psywave is very, very likely going to be a Pokemon that you want to have for the next season. I would imagine that Psywave is going to get the +2 energy buff, and I think it would be kind of balanced, as you can see here. Actually gonna have more losses than wins, which is quite interesting for being ranked 12, but it is what it is. I still think this Pokemon is going to be especially insane in the 2-shield scenario. Moving on to the Ultra League. Ultra League, we're going to see here as well some important changes. Again, Empoleon, of course, is in here. Malamar is in here at rank 6. Going to be a different rank later on. And we're going to have the Cobalion at rank 2, which is a very interesting one. If we go a little bit further down, we see the normal Empoleon at rank 16. And also at rank 20, we're going to have Ferrothorn. Moving on, first one here, we're going to have the Cobalion. Cobalion having access to that move, of course, already, but no, like nobody would use it because you have Double Kick, which is also stab, and it's just a way better fast move. But actually would be quite beneficial also. What is going on with Cobalion? And also I did say the German word kind of on the top there. That is kind of not the correct way of writing it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna leave it like this. But what is going on with this Pokemon? Having 10 wins and 20 losses, but being ranked 7 for the Ultra League, like that does not make any sense at all, but it is what it is. I cannot really change it. So yeah, Cobalion apparently very, very strong, even though it does not win a lot of matchups. But with Metal Claw, that's all gonna change. Being then at 16 wins and 14 losses, average rating of 501, maybe still doesn't really justify rank 2 for the meta, but it definitely justifies a little bit of an update towards it. So Metal Claw definitely would make this Pokemon way better. Will it make it broken? Most likely not. Next Pokemon, we're going to have Empoleon here again, of course, here for the Open Ultra League this time around. And we will see as well the change here again from Steel Wing actually still being better at this current time to Metal Claw being like rank 4 now in the Ultra League is going to make this Pokemon way, way better if it's going to be getting released. But as you're going to see here as well, 16 wins, 14 losses, average rating of 489. It's not broken. It is not broken by any means, so it still could definitely happen. Like Metal Claw could still get a buff, but there's still also another league coming up later on, which will be also an interesting one to talk about. Next Pokemon coming up here is going to be Ferrothorn again, of course, as the XL variant for the Ultra League. We have Bullet Seed and Power Whip as well as Flash Cannon, interestingly enough. It shows here the Shadow variant being a little bit better. Here the Shadow variant is going to get to rank 20. I think I made a little bit of a mistake on the left side, not comparing the Shadow variant to here the Shadow variant, but I think it's going to be fine anyway. If you want to really check the Shadow variant, you can do it yourself as well in PvPoke again. But here, compared to the normal variant here, this one with Metal Claw would get a big upgrade. I think the thing as well, for the Shadow Ferrothorn, having Metal Claw would be way more beneficial compared to Bullet Seed because Metal Claw does way more damage as a fast move. And for Shadow Pokemon itself, that's very important to have a good fast move that does a lot of damage, but also generates energy fast enough to get to charge moves. So here, definitely would a big increase for the Ferrothorn to have the buffed Metal Claw instead. But yeah, might be actually one reason on how to where maybe the Ferrothorn as a Shadow variant would be a little bit better now than the normal one. And of course, our favorite Malamar, again, I can't really compare to the later stage because for Malamar, PvPoke just updated the old meta and I don't really want to recalculate it or look through my stuff. So yeah, like Malamar was completely gone if it doesn't have the buff of basically +2 energy on Psywave. And here, as you're gonna see, it would be rank 4 currently on PvPoke, which you can see right now if you go to PvPoke with the Psywave buff. But if you would have also the Metal Claw buff, it would be rank 6, which is totally fine. But Again, I would really recommend you to maybe even try to even get the XL candy for Malamar, because I feel like it's nearly guaranteed that it's going to be a +2 energy buff for Psywave. And now we're gonna be here at the final meta, which is going to be the Master League. There are some Pokemon that learn this move as well here that are actually not going to be in the top 20. And so I am not going to take a look at them here today as well, because apparently they're not going to be too interesting. I'm only going to take a look at one singular Pokemon, which is going to be Dialga Origin Form. Getting access to Metal Claw being the most impactful one, getting up to rank 3 here. There are some other ones as well. I don't know if Solgaleo has it, but I'm fairly certain like the Necrozma forms have it. And of course, Zacian has the fast move of the Metal Claw as well, and this might be impactful as well. But right now, it seems like that only the Dialga is going to go into the top here, 18, I guess, for the Open Master League. Taking a look now at Dialga, currently is actually only at a rank 29, which is quite low for this Pokemon, being such a good Pokemon usually in the Open Master League here. This thing is gonna go up from 496 battle rating to 513, which is going to give an awesome increase of 2 wins there total, and definitely seems quite balanced still, while maintaining Dialga as one of the best Pokemon for the Open Master League, being at rank 3. But yeah, this Pokemon for sure would benefit quite a bit from it. Let me know in the comment section what you think about those changes. Would you hope that Metal Claw gonna get a +2 buff, or do you think it's a little bit too crazy for it? The only Pokemon that I think would be a little bit too strong with the Metal Claw buff would be the Empoleon in the Open Great League. But then again, it is kind of a squishy Pokemon, especially as a Shadow variant. So like if you would go for something like a Mud Slap user or something like a Counter user, Counter still does the same amount of damage, you might see a lot of play against this one to just counter it down. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what do you think about those changes. Would you want them to happen like this? I think Malamar is quite safe, that's gonna get the +2 energy buff, and Psywave might have some potential in the future. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what do you think about it, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.